Well, Neil, we just got some new information from Captain Ritchie with the Greensboro Police Department. He just released the names of the two victims. The fire started last night around 10:30 at the Gideon United Methodist Church. Now, fortunately, no one was inside. They're going to wait this thing out with the Greensboro Police Department. Now, people still can't get back in their homes, and certain streets are still blocked off at this hour. Just take a look around me at just the damage this fire caused. You can see where the office used to be right there, and there's still a lot of charred remains. Bottom line is, when will Amanda get her van fixed?
Well, see, that's something I can't answer, my friend.
The solution:
great exercise.
Mixed martial arts.
You'll feel it in a second.
Oh, I know I will. These roads will be busy tomorrow and later this week. This is true for our nation's airports. David Lee Miller shows us if there are any major cancellations happening right now. We're here at the Heston Wilco off of Gifford College Road, where as of last night around 7 o'clock, gas was going for $3.19 a gallon. Now it's going for $3.28, and that is still too much for some. It's not the way Crystal Graves is usually greeted at the place she's called home for 2 years on Nealtown Way. Police cars up and down her street and her neighbor's home roped off by crime scene tape.
Pretty horrified. It's pretty scary.
Greensboro police say 2 people were found dead inside 10 Nealtown Way this morning. The call came in around 10:30.
And to come home and see this right here is just unreal. Police
have not said how they died or who made the 911 call.
They seem like a pretty decent family. Like, I never saw any violence or anything that would make me think something like this would take place.
Family members of the victims showed up within hours of hearing the news. None of them wanted to speak on camera. However, Walter Winnix, who lives on Nealtown Way for over 20 years, just wants to know what happened in this small community.
Tell us what's going on out here, because we don't know. I don't even know what's going on.
Again, police are expected to be out here at the scene for a couple hours gathering evidence. They just got a search warrant to go inside the home this afternoon. And again, I want to tell you the 2 names of those victims. They are 59-year-old Roberto Guillen and 28-year-old Carla Ramirez. We're live here in Greensboro. Brandon Jones, Fox 8 News.
Pop, 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 pop. Woke me up.
That's not usually the way Erin Nelson wakes up at her home near Westdale Place in Greensboro. But this morning, she did. The shots were coming from her neighbor's house.
This just seems so out of the ordinary.
Police say Nelson's neighbor shot at an officer who responded to a disturbance at the home. Investigators say someone called 911 after seeing the man naked on his front porch waving some sort of weapon.
You don't know what kind of pain, these neighbors going through that you just don't even know about. I mean, because I would imagine, obviously, he's hurting or he wouldn't be doing this.
After shooting at the officer several times, police say the man, who they won't identify, ran back into the house. Throughout the day, police used tear gas, but so far nothing has worked to get him to surrender. He's communicating with officers through a robot. Police got through the front door.
He has indicated that he has an AK-47 in the house. We have not seen it, but the officer felt this morning that he opened fire on him with an automatic weapon.
It is shocking. It is shocking. It's unfortunate, and it did shock me.
Guilford County Schools rerouted school buses with kids this morning and this afternoon, and people in nearby homes were evacuated. Police say they hope to get them back into their homes safely at some point tonight.
Yeah, it's an inconvenience, but it's probably amazing more of this kind of stuff doesn't happen. The world's kind of out of balance, if you ask me.
Now, police have spoken with the man's family, but they would not say if they're helping out, and Chief Ken Miller told us that so far no one was injured in this case. We're live in Greensboro tonight. Brandon Jones, Fox 8 News.
Our Brandon Jones is live tonight at U-Pullett. And Brandon, the business was open today, right?
Yeah, that's right, Melissa. Bob Young and a team of his employees and friends were out here for hours cleaning all of this up. Now, just take a look around me at just the damage this fire caused. You can see where the office used to be right there, and there's still a lot of charred remains. Even this pile of scrap metal behind me, which Bob Young says should be cleared by Monday. Now, the power's back on in certain areas of the salvage yard, and there's even phone service to the temporary office. But despite everything Bob Young has been through in the last 24 hours, he's keeping his head up and plans to rebuild in no time. For Bob Young, this is a sound of recovery.
We hit the ground running, brother.
Young and a number of people close to him are cleaning up what a huge fire destroyed Friday afternoon.
We're starting to dig out. We're salvaging what used to be good transmissions, which were damaged by the fire, and we're getting them ready to send out Monday morning.
Young owns the 109 U Pullet Salvage Yard on Thomasville Road in Winston-Salem. An employee was cutting an exhaust pipe off an engine when a spark ignited gasoline still inside the engine. A number of engines, transmission, the building, and garage gone.
We're just not going to stop, you know. This is a little pile of ashes. We'll sweep this up and we'll start again.
And it's that attitude that keeps Young and his friends going.
I ain't a quitter.
I see this place going up quickly. Mr. Young won't play around. He'll have his place back up and going in no time.
But in the meantime, Young hasn't closed his business.
I wanted the customers to know that the scales were open. I mentioned that yesterday. Duke Power got here and got the power turned on to the scale building this morning.
And is counting his blessings.
We were blessed. You know, you just take it as it comes.
It kind of breaks your heart that somebody would actually do that.
Amanda Lawson has lost trust.
I felt like I had got scammed.
This mom of three from Walkertown says Fat City Salvage and Recycling Company took her money and ran.
So now I'm out of 2 vehicles.
To understand why Amanda is so mad, you have to go back to January of this year. She needed a transmission for her Dodge Caravan, so she called around, and she says the vice president of Fat City, Michael Stiers, made an agreement with her that she could trade in her Ford pickup truck that had a new motor to get her van fixed. She even paid $900 for the used transmission, but the work hasn't been done. She went up there on Friday. Fat City was closed.
Even though it's broke down, that's my vehicle. You know, it's not for somebody else to just take.
Amanda says she kept getting excuse after excuse from Fat City. So we stopped by and the place is deserted. We found the closed sign in the yard, and this is what you hear when you listen to the number listed for the company.
At no additional charge, AT&T can help you find a similar business in the same area, since the number you have called is not in service.
Since then, we've seen websites that have disappeared.
David Dalrymple with the Better Business Bureau says he's not surprised by what happened to Amanda. Dalrymple says Fat City has had a number of complaints this year, and they have no record on when the company closed.
I like to talk about a proven track record, good or bad, so find out what that track record is. Right now, it's not looking good for the company.
We reached out to the company's VP, Mike Stiers. He refused an on-camera interview, but did speak to us by phone. He told us they shut down 4 months ago because of money issues. Mike Stiers says every customer knew that, and they knew where their vehicles went. He says he told Amanda her van was at Piedmont Towing in Advance, something she denies. So bottom line is, when will Amanda get her van fixed?
Well, see, that's something I can't answer, my friend.
Amanda called Piedmont Towing, and her van was there without a transmission. Plus, she has to pay even more money because Fat City didn't pay any of the towing fees. She plans to take them to court.
I don't plan to just let it rest. I want justice.
In Walkertown, Brandon Jones, Fox 8 News.
Gloves, my friend.
When I walked into Fitness One in Kernersville,
There we go.
I didn't know what to expect.
It's tight. How do you feel? It's okay.
My opponent,
This is going to be different.
extra weight.
You look like a natural to me.
The solution,
Great exercise.
mixed martial arts.
You'll feel it in a second.
Oh, I know I will.
Fitness One trainer Josh Tufty says
All right,
MMA
buddy. So you left-handed or right-handed?
is a great ab
The
workout.
first punch is a jab. Good. Try it again. Good.
It increases strength in your lower back, biceps, and triceps.
I'm going to do 2 checks afterwards, just kind of to the side of the head. And all you're going to do...
So you're going to hit me doing that?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Partner. There you go. What's that?
Wait, sure, you got to slow down.
All right.
This workout is so intense, I could almost feel the calories falling off.
You can burn about 800 to 1,000 calories in a kickboxing class.
Good job. All right.
As opposed to a light walk on the treadmill is about 250, 270 calories.
It was time to work on my jab cross movement.
There you go. Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. It takes everybody a little while to get used to the idea of throwing punches and blocking and everything like that.
Until the next round.
Blocking on my He's cheating.
This workout makes you feel like you're sparring.
All right, round 2. Let's go.
But people of all ages can enjoy MMA, and if you do it on a regular basis, you'll become the Piedmont's newest lean ultimate fighter.
You're blocking every hit.
In Kernersville, Brandon Jones, Fox 8 News.
Shoulder roll, baby.
At $3.15?
How much?
I wouldn't even think about a car.
It's too much.
It's scary.
To pay for gas.
Because I have to go to the mall and I have to get my hair done. I'm just going to have to sacrifice and pay for the gas.
Gas prices around the Piedmont keep going up.
It's ridiculous.
Rising close to 13 cents in the past week.
Well, I just try not to get too upset about that. I know they're going to go up and back down, and they just keep doing that.
Got to grin and bear it.
Frustration is the new norm.
$20 and you're wasting your time.
It's too expensive now because I have a Ford Windstar and I'm putting like $65 in it to fill it up.
Concern over why it's happening.
I've read in the paper about Libya now.
And is it Egypt?
You know, kind of expected it.
I'll walk.
And how to cope with it.
I can't be carrying 50 pounds with me, but I'll walk. Fortunately, I got good legs.
But we've seen this before.
I can remember when Katrina happened, and it was just, you know, it was literally costing me $80, and that's what I'm afraid is going to happen again.
So how much is too much?
These gas prices are going to hit $5 a gallon.
People say, you know, when cigarettes get to be $1 a pack, I'm going to quit smoking. But you can't, you don't, and you can't, you know, you can't quit driving.
We'll have to see.
Any way you look at it, it alters our way of life every time.
Now, some people we talk to say they've discussed carpooling to work or school and even around town if gas prices continue to rise. Live in Greensboro, Brandon Jones, Fox 8 News. Well, a Greensboro mom facing deportation will now get to stay, and it's because of a new immigration policy. The new policy was announced Friday. Now, under it, anyone here illegally who gets a traffic ticket or commits a petty crime won't be given what's called a detainer. Now, that detainer is what gets people deported. The goal is for ICE agents and Homeland Security to focus more on illegal immigrants who commit major crimes. Jasmine Spencer sat down with that Greensboro mom and has this story. There's been more than 25,000 security breaches since November of 2001. That's an average of about 7 per day. Craig Boswell explains why the TSA says those numbers are misleading. Investigators in Johnston County arrested a man and 2 women they say were involved in a scheme where the man paid to have sex with a teenager. Deputies charged Johnny Thornton with first-degree rape, conspiracy, and assault. Investigators say he paid Teresa Page to allow the rape and abuse of a 15-year-old girl. Page is